name's Bob Clamp. I joined Mobotrex about a year ago as the CEO of Mobotrex. A little bit about Mobotrex. So Mobotrex is both a distributor of full-line traffic products, and we're also an OEM manufacturer of traffic cabinets and traffic signals. We're based in Davenport, Iowa, and we cover states literally from the Canadian border to the Mexican border with full-line products in the traffic industry. It's a manufacturing model that is known as config to order, which means we do a lot of specialty cabinets. So if somebody wants a particular type of cabinet, within reason, we will produce that cabinet for them. So in a typical year, we'll produce over 400 different varieties of traffic cabinets and actually do over 600 different types of traffic signals. So our manufacturing business literally goes from the fabrication process, which is a sheet of metal that we punch press, we mold, we turn it into a cabinet, we weld it, and then we do all of the wiring and configuration for that cabinet so that we start with a piece of metal, we end up with a complete wired cabinet that we can ship out. For certain other distributors, we do kits, which is a not quite complete cabinet, but we'll mold the cabinet, we'll create the shelves, and then locally they do some of the wiring that they customize locally.
So this is the NEMA ATC cabinet. This is one of our new models that we're doing. It's a new standard that came out a couple of years ago. This is really our niche, is the NEMA style cabinet. So we built this cabinet as really the 21st century traffic cabinet. So it's really modern. It's really got a lot of functionality. This cabinet here actually has 32 outputs, so it's almost running 2 full intersections in one cabinet. So what it does is it allows us to build a cabinet that's either more stuff in the same space, so more equipment, as we try to put in things like an AI unit or an Ethernet switch or fiber or more communications. The cabinets are really filling up. So the less room we can take with the traffic stuff, the more other components we can put in the cabinet. Or we can do a really functional smaller cabinet. So we do a smaller shell pole mount cabinet for a downtown area, and we can put all that stuff into the cabinet and really fit a lot more in there. It's really got some new functionality on the diagnostics, on the troubleshooting. So we've got this guy here is the auxiliary display for the conflict monitor. It's really good for the technician when they get into the cabinet, they open the door and they can really see where the problem is right away if there's a problem with the cabinet. So some really good functionality, really good safety improvements in this cabinet. The ATC standard was really written around NFPA and NEC compliance for different states, different regional locations around the country that have different PPE requirements or different licensing requirements. We really wanted to make the cabinet safer for technicians as well as for motorists. So we've got a bunch of features in there that really make it safer if we ever do have a failure in the cabinet. We want to make it safe for the driver, safe for the technician that's working on it. We wanted to keep a lot of space in the cabinet, again, for more components, but also, yeah, for working on the cabinet. This one, since we do build everything custom, we built it white. You know, we really think that makes the lights pop in there. It makes it look better. It's a lot easier to work on. Makes everything easier to see when that technician gets in there at night and they're working on it. There's no headlight glare or anything off of the door. But yeah, we really wanted to open up that space, again, to put more things in the cabinet, just allow more functionality inside the cabinet. The existing traffic cabinet was really getting full in the past few years. Having those extra features, the extra outputs in there, it really also lets us do more complicated intersections, things like bike lanes, overlaps, right turn arrows, flashing yellow arrows, stuff that we're really running out of space on a typical NEMA cabinet or a Caltrans cabinet. We can do a lot more in this one, really, because we pulled it into the 21st century.
So this has been a lingering problem for 15 years, ever since LEDs came out. And we have partnered with a company who has technology that was used in automotive. It's called a positive temperature coefficient heater, PTC heater. So our intent was to keep something off the LED, in front of the LED, because you can mess with certain photometrics. So we developed this product with this company that goes on the inside of the visor and keeps the snow off the LEDs. So it's really a problem that needed to be solved, and we solved it. So it's the technology behind it is we do need energy for it, and it's very low energy. And we're constantly tweaking this module right here, constantly tweaking that to make it more efficient all the time. All our information has given us that snow builds up from the outside to the middle of the LED. Well, if we keep it off this inside ring, which is where this heater is right in here, it will never build up. So that's how we have, the company called Termico, who made that heater, and we partnered with them did a lot of research on how this could be effective, and we're still doing it. We're still improving it every week. These guys move at light speed, so it's kind of fun. But yep, so it keeps it off from outer edges, so it doesn't allow it to get onto anything or to adhere to anything.